Hi everybody, Eli here, and thanks for tuning in today. So I recently picked up a really affordable watch. This is the Timex Q GMT with the blue and red bezel. And I want to tell you a little bit about my ownership experience so far. Throughout my watch collecting journey, some of the most fun I've had has been with my most affordable pieces. Collecting watches is not a hobby that requires a lot of money, and the price paid for a watch doesn't always match the amount of joy it brings us. I have met people wearing a Timex who were far more interesting than people who wore an expensive luxury piece. Of course, this isn't always the case, but folks who wear an expensive piece of jewelry, expecting it to make up for a lack of personality, will always wind up being disappointed with the ownership experience. Enthusiasts need to collect what makes them happy. My most worn watch in my collection is my Rolex GMT Master II with a Pepsi bezel. I love the watch and its aesthetic, but I frequently find myself in situations where I don't want to wear it. During workouts, when I'm headed to a sketchy part of town, doing yard work, or heading to the grocery store. Furthermore, I love small watches. I have a relatively small wrist, and watches over 40 millimeters can often feel a bit cumbersome, especially when performing the aforementioned activities. When I stumbled upon the Q Timex GMT, I thought it'd be a perfect way to wear something similar to my daily piece without worrying about it. I also felt that the 38 millimeter sizing would be right in the Goldilocks zone on my wrist. While I enjoy the craftsmanship and interest of a mechanical movement, I prefer quartz movements for affordable watches for reliable accuracy and longevity of the piece. Finally, I appreciate that Timex was able to successfully pay homage to the GMT master without sacrificing their own original design. The piece isn't attempting to be something that it isn't. When I first pulled the Q Timex out of its packaging, I was astonished how good the finishing was for such an affordable piece. I bought this on sale from Timex for $160. The coloring of the blue and red bezel, along with the pale white hour markers and dome plastic crystal, give this piece vintage flavor without making it feel as though they went over the top with faux patina. I also instantly appreciated the case shape, which really differentiates this piece from the Rolex. The bracelet is a bit light and clicky or jangly. That being said, I find that it wears very comfortably. It doesn't feel of great quality, but that is to be expected for the price point, and it adds to the vintage charm of the watch. The pushers on the clasp are very simple to use, and they look very sleek. I actually find this clasp to be more aesthetically pleasing and easier to use than my GMT Master IIs. The case wears pretty true to a 38 millimeter watch, and I think this would be at home on almost any wrist. There are a couple small quality control issues with the piece. Most notably, the second hand doesn't align with the indices. Another small complaint is the crown is a bit hard to get a hold of to adjust the time. That aside, the rest of the watch is astonishingly good. To me, this piece scores top marks in the value category. Unlike my more expensive pieces, I look forward to this watch picking up some nicks and scratches. As I use it, it will become more uniquely mine. I'm the type of guy who loves my oldest t-shirts that I've worn and washed 1,000 times. There's something so satisfying about wearing something comfortable that is truly yours. I thought I would regret this purchase instantly, and this watch would be overshadowed by my GMT Master. Now that I have it, I can see myself wearing it even more than the Rolex. Timex has been knocking it out of the park with their releases over the last few years, especially in their Q collection. I applaud them for bringing such high levels of horological excitement at such an approachable price.